I went to the whole head of D.A.R.E. He was there. I said, old gentleman, who's that? So he was an interesting guy, but his number two was actually much more engaging. He wasn't quite as busy. So we talked about this, and what the plan is with fentanyl is there's two tracks. There's a preliminary one they put out, as to give basic information, and there's a whole new training module coming that they're giving for D.A.R.E. officers to be able to engage with high schools. Big deficit, and obviously that group, as you were aware, needs a lot of education. You can't, like we discussed, because D.A.R.E. runs in 5th grade, we can't touch these kids for 10 weeks with this information and expect them to retain this information in 12th grade, 5, 6, 7 years later, when it's really, really dangerous for them, as it is through the whole thing, but we're seeing the overdoses and whatnot. So I plan on personally going forth with that fentanyl track. I had Deputy Rude sit down with me and go over everything that he does and what his calendar is. He's quite tasked. I said, come on, you've got time. But the reality is that he does have helpers. There's a second D.A.R.E. officer. You can interrupt.
Alexander Hyatt.
Yeah, Hyatt, there we go. There's a few of them. Those two are actually D.A.R.E. trained. David Clapp is also D.A.R.E. trained, but he's tasked in other ways right now. But we pulled on him to go towards Unified when they needed help with Curtis Strange last year. So we let him teach that section to give him, because he just got out of school, to give him some basic stuff. So he enjoyed it and he did a great job with it, but he is cast a different direction now. And we have since lost Wilson, the school Wilson, and we taught there, so it's back to 2 Unified schools. So we are where we were. So we have, he's already teaching, he's getting ready to start teaching already, the school just started. I'm ready to start looking at the fentanyl track when it comes out. It's still not published yet. And I will teach that with them in high schools, as well as I'm going to do a couple presentations that Wilmot have been invited already. So as much as I can help, I will, but I'm hopefully we'll be very busy this year. But I want to stay engaged in the community in that way. So that's where we're at.